Please rise for the national anthem and the presentation of colors.
Say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please be seated. And please welcome the Provost of Virginia Commonwealth University, Dr. Fotis Sotiropoulos.
Good morning. Welcome to Virginia Commonwealth University's commencement ceremony. Today, we gather to celebrate the accomplishments of the VCU class of 2022. Let's give them a hand. On behalf of President Michael Rao, the Board of Visitors, and our faculty and staff, it is a pleasure to welcome you to this morning's commencement. Please join me in recognizing our VCU Police Honor Guard, our soloist, Eric DeMario, and the VCU Commencement Brass conducted by Ross Walter for leading us in the national anthem. Let's hear it for them. Now it is my distinct honor to introduce those who share the platform with me today. I ask the members of the platform party to please rise as you are recognized and remain standing. Kindly hold your applause until the end of the introductions. All members of the VCU Board of Visitors. Thank you. All of our academic vice presidents and deans. VCU Alumni Council Chair, Michelle Peace. Our Faculty Senate President, Valerie Robnold. And our Student Government Association President, Rina Pitaparty. And our Grand Marshals today, Ellen Byrne and Umberto Fabello. Other members of the Platform Party will be recognized during the program. Will all the members of the platform party please rise? Now, please join me in recognizing this wonderful group of people who have dedicated themselves to the success of the students, faculty, and staff of Virginia Commonwealth University. Let's give them a loud round of applause. Thank you. We are also joined by members of our outstanding and committed faculty. Would all VCU faculty please stand so we may thank you for the integral role you have played in transforming the lives of our graduates? Let's hear it for our faculty. Thank you. Now please welcome the President of Virginia Commonwealth University, Dr. Michael Rao.
Thank you, Mr. Provost. Good morning. You can do better than that. Good morning, it's a great morning. All right. It's such a great honor to be here together with our members of our Board of Visitors, my faculty colleagues who are actually spread throughout the entire arena, our provost, thank you, Provost Soteropoulos, and our deans are all on stage as well, and so many of our staff members who are here. And they, by the way, are the ones who put all of this together and make it possible for us to just walk in and enjoy this wonderful time. And one of the groups that's enjoying this wonderful time is, of course, you, but it's also your family. So I want to say welcome to all of your family members and friends who are here to support you. You know, today is really, it's a momentous occasion, and we're here to celebrate you, but this is really one of the most important milestones of your entire life. This is your graduation from Virginia Commonwealth University. And I gotta tell you, as I thought about this today, and I thought a lot about it in the last couple of weeks, you really are a class that's unlike any other that I can think of. And I have to tell you, for a lot of those differences, we are all so very proud of you. So today I wanted to do something a little bit different, and I wanted to think a little bit about drawing from the words of somebody else. And I picked a person named Mae Jemison, who's a doctor, an engineer, and a NASA astronaut, the first black woman to actually reach space, by the way. And here's what she said, if I can find it here. She said, "Never be limited by other people's limited imaginations. If you adopt their attitudes, then the possibility won't exist because you'll already have shut it out. You can hear other people's wisdom, but you've got to reevaluate the world for yourself," end quote. So what comes to my mind when I think of Mae Jemison is the extent to which, on a positive end of things, she realized the power of her own thoughts and imagination to drive forward on the path that she chose. And I want you to hear this clearly. The most powerful person in your life is you. When you believe in you, no matter what anyone else says or does, and let me tell you, there are a lot of people out there doing a lot of things and saying a lot of things that aren't necessarily to your favor or benefit, but when you focus on what you think, what you know, you can do anything that you determine that you can do. And what I've seen with so many of you, and you've done this beautifully, is you have focused on what you can do for yourselves, but I'm even more proud of you because you've taken it to the next level in this life that we live as human beings. You focus on what other people who are in need also need. You are leaders. You know, when you came to VCU, most of you attended something called Convocation. And I remember exactly what I said to you, because I say this every year. I remind you of what your family members and your friends have undoubtedly said to you before you came. was something like, remember who you are, be clear about how you feel and how you think, and just please, 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 I said, be true to yourselves. You know, when you stay clear on who you are and what you believe, and you keep the confidence about how you can change the world to become a better place, particularly for other people, because that's something that it's a dimension that you and your class have really added to this institution. When you do those things, you're unstoppable because you're endeavoring to do good things that benefit and shape society in positive ways. The best part of this job that I have is getting to know so many of you and learning from so many of you, and I've really watched so many of you grow in this last, let's just say 4 years, but we know for a few of you it was a few more than that. But I've watched you become, most of you anyway, I've watched you become so much more confident, and you're exceptionally capable human beings, exceptionally capable human beings. I'm amazed with what you do. You're some of the most creative, that's a word that goes with VCU. The word creativity rises to the top of VCU, and you have done that. You and our faculty have made that happen. But you're some of the most creative and caring and innovative people in this entire world. I've been most places in the world, and I've seen more creativity and concern for other people here than anywhere I've been. This year in particular, I've seen so many more of you than I have seen in the past, and I've learned so much about what you think and about where our world is going and how you feel about it. You're a really bold class. You're an incredible group of people of great conscience, and I'm so proud of you for that. We need so much more of that. So Mae Jemison would be incredibly proud of you, and I want you to know from the bottom of my heart, from all of my heart, I'm absolutely so proud of you. You continue to shape this institution. You have not let the limits that Mae talked about of other people's imaginations affect you. It's very, very clear to me that you have not done that. You have vision and the depth in your hearts to care. And as a result, you make things better, not just for yourselves, but for all human beings. And you're going to continue to do that throughout your lives. I feel it. I know it. And I'm proud of you for being so open to new possibilities and better ways of doing things. In fact, so many of you who I know are already creating new and better ways of doing things in this world that we live in together with so many other human beings. Your willingness to constantly reevaluate the world for yourself, something that Mae said, and for others, something I'm adding because of you, it has helped make VCU one of the highest ranked innovative universities in the country, a place where the drive to create opportunity and foster success is found in every corner of this institution. From every part of the university, all the research that we're doing, the health system where we take care of more than 300,000 individual patients every year, 100,000 of those come through our emergency room. You've impacted the culture of this place in such positive ways. All of you come from such beautiful but challenging sometimes different backgrounds and so many different experiences. And I have to tell you, that's made VCU what it is today. It's a great place because of what you've made it. Some of you are actually entering a second or third act in your lives, and you're imagining great new things that can happen in your lives. And as I've said, the beautiful thing about so many of you is you've connected it to how you're going to take what you're doing and positively impact other human beings' lives. Some of you have overcome some really hard things, and I've heard a lot of the stories. But I have to tell you, some of how you've overcome it is with each other. I've watched you be supportive of each other, and this is just an incredibly supportive community. Take that with you. Don't lose that. And some of you chose your path early at VCU, and you followed it. You're going to go right to medical school or dental school or whatever you're going to do, and you're going to show the world, all of you, just great things that can happen thanks to your really hard work. I've watched you be diligent. You're talented, and you have unlimited imagination. I see it every day at this place. It's what keeps me so excited about my own life and my interactions with all of you. You know, as you pursue your dreams, I ask you to take care of yourselves. I want you to look after your physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual well-being. No matter what you believe, you're here, you are real. Take care of yourself. And I want you to treat not just each other, because you've been here with each other and you've done this well. I want you to model and treat everyone with kindness, respect, great professionalism. And in all of your conversations, keep them civil, even when you're in disagreement. It's one of the greatest things about living in a free country is that anyone can say anything and can disagree. And it's best to do it with civility. Don't let something you don't love get inside of you and tear you up. Why would you waste your energy on that? Stay true to who you are and what you believe. Remember, when you spread positive energy, that's exactly what you get back. And that's the way you want to live your life. If you were 100 years old, you'd never look back and be glad about any negative energies that you spread or that you allowed to come into yourselves. And I want you to remember this. Yes, you are at a wonderful milestone. The rest of your lives will be a really long time, and the best is yet to come. You've had a great time here. Things have gone really well, but the best is yet to come. Your journey is just beginning. So VCU class of 22, I'll call you the beloved members of the Ram family. Every one of us, all of us here, and so many others who aren't here, who have contributed to bringing you to the place where you are today. You've got me so choked up. We're all cheering you on. We literally cannot wait to see what you're going to do. But what you're going to do as VCU alumni, we're so proud of you. Yes, I just called you VCU alumni, which means, yeah, go for it. Celebrate that. Be happy. What that means is that your journey is going to go on and on with VCU. Yeah, you might go to another institution, get another degree, or live in another community, but your journey with VCU continues. You are forever a VCU Ram. And try to stay mindful. Try to stay mindful of how you get where you're going. A lot of it will have to do with VCU and these faculty members. They shaped your lives in many ways. They love you, they care about you. Stay in touch. Please stay engaged and continue to help to shape this great and growing community of people. Lots of students will come behind you. Mentor them. Bring them into internships. Make them a part of your lives. Help them see the success that you've seen. And when you're 100 years old, those are the things that you will love about yourself the most. This is a community of good things and good deeds. And what I'm most proud of is you all do it for the people who need us. Remember, when you graduate, you're one of like 7 in the world with a degree. Lots of people will need you. You need to lead. Doesn't mean you have to be loud. It just means you need to lead. And I just want to say to all of you, family members, friends, thank you for supporting our graduates. We know that you played a role in making them successful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We so celebrate the care that you have shown for our students during their time at VCU. By the way, graduates, I'm going to give you one more chance to help thank them and cheer for them because they are why you're here. So, say thank you to all of our families and friends. I've taken enough of your time and I've said enough, but I hope what I have said really sets in your minds and sends you on the right positive pathways. Go out there and spread some positive energy. You'll get it all back, I promise you. So with that, congratulations and go Rams! So now, I have this wonderful opportunity to introduce to you a member that we are very proud of our VCU Ram family, and her name is Rabia Kamara. Rabia is a 2010 graduate of the VCU School of Business, and she is classically trained, by the way, in French cooking by the Académie de Cuisine. I hope I said that correctly. Because of her imagination and her expertise and her incredible creativity, but also her willingness to stay true to herself, something that's very important to me and I hope to you. Rabia is the 2021 winner of the Food Network's inaugural season of something that some of you may have had a chance, I know you were studying really hard, but you may have had a chance to see the Ben & Jerry's Clash of the Cones. It's all about ice cream. Already a small business owner, the win has bolstered Rabia's business, and it's called Ruby Scoops. Some of you might have been in the campus when Monica and I were out there passing out Ruby Scoops. It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun to eat it too, by the way. As a black woman business owner, Rabia chose to open her shop in Northside, and now she's actually moving to a larger space to give her a chance for an expanded menu and educational opportunities. In addition to Ruby Scoops, Kamara also operates Susie Snow, which is located on Ash Boulevard. It is sincerely my pleasure to welcome Rabia to this podium. Rabia, come forward and give us some wisdom, please.
Good morning, everyone. I'd like to start off by saying thank you to President Rao, the Provost, and the distinguished members of the faculty and staff of this wonderful institution my family and I proudly call our alma mater. To my fellow Rams, that's a fun way to start this. Look, y'all, we the same. Welcome to your big day and the beginning of the rest of your life. It's an absolute honor to be on this stage addressing you graduates. And full transparency, when I should have been here in 2010, I might have gone a little too hard the night before. So I wasn't here, I was in Terrence eating French toast with my family. So if you're hungry or hungover, we're gonna make this fast, okay? Class of 22, again, we are here to celebrate you because today you finally get your horns. So please give yourselves a round of applause and your communities for getting through these 4 years or more, took me a little longer, through a pandemic at that. You managed to balance your life, school, work, family, and what felt like the end of the world for a while there. And look, Mama, you made it. You deserve to relish in this amazing moment and be proud of yourselves, prouder than proud, because whether you realize it or not, you've laid the foundation for what's next in your journey in life, even if you don't quite know what that may be. Whatever it is, I hope that it first and foremost honors you, that it honors your truth and your passion and your desires in life. Remember that the best brand is being yourself. That's said by Lionel Higgins of Ted Lasso, if you watch it. May the years you spent here breathe life into your future as it did mine. When I began to look at colleges, VCU was kind of a no-brainer for me. My older sister, Suwita, hi Wita, went here, and I remember visiting her during my breaks in middle school. We didn't grow up together, so the time that we spent here really solidified our partnership as sisters and friends. I loved who she was, I love who she is, and I saw the role that this place played in who she is and how unselfishly she shares herself with the world and with me. She put a twinkle in my eye to come here before I even knew that that time was coming. It was a fantastic school in a fantastic city that I was at least a bit familiar with, far enough from Maryland that it wasn't home, but close enough that I could get back for the holidays or emergencies if there was a reason it was a breeze. My family and I arrived to move me into Brant in 2006. For those of you that are here with a penchant of numbers, please don't do the math. I was 17, and I had no idea that when we hopped out of that car on Laurel Ave, that my life would be changing forever. A child of immigrants who arrived to America with very little, I knew these things to be true. My parents have never played about our educations. My father, who taught himself and his siblings how to read and write because my grandparents could not, and my mother, who moved to America at 19 with my eldest sister in a suitcase, who got her GED and eventually a medical degree and her own practices. My parents worked very hard to become entrepreneurs and to show us how important it was to learn as much as you could and give as much back. If I ever wondered what a word meant, I'd have to grab a dictionary, find the word myself, and then use it in a sentence. So SAT prep immediately out the gate. We spent our summers completing workbooks for the following school years, conducting science experiments in parks, doing all sorts of stuff. I know in my family, we go to college, and you get a degree that can carry you far in life, which, as an African, means nothing artsy, you know? So I did the right thing, family. I knew a few things about myself as well, that as the youngest of 7, I wanted to make my parents proud. I was excited to be away from home and on my own, and I had no idea what I wanted to be when I grew up. But I hoped I'd know by 2010. I expected that I would adhere to the unnecessary, anxiety-inducing timeline I'd created for the next 5 years of my life with no deviation. Graduate, get a job, go to grad or law school, so on and so forth. The quintessential African-American dream. Little did I know that a part of me I had pushed way, way down was just waiting to scratch to the surface, and coming to VCU was the best way for it to do that. And that is my love for feeding others. From the moment my mother put a rolling pin in my hand as a child, my little flower face was all in. I was the kid that would hold bake sales in the backyard, selling folks cupcakes and lemonade that I never quite had enough change to give them back for, so they let me keep it. George W. Bush would call that strategery. I began to use my allowance to buy sugar, baker's chocolate, butter, anything that I found in my Mrs. Fields cookbook my mom brought back from a conference that still sits in my bookcase in my apartment. The first time I had to make a business card in 3rd grade, for some strange reason, it was for a company called Rabia's Razzmatazz Cakes, Cookies, and Shakes. So apparently, I was also always marketing extraordinaire, so shout out to that marketing degree. My parents didn't fully get it when I shared that I'd hoped to be the next Mrs. Fields myself, because as much as I enjoyed baking and cooking, it was a hobby and not a career. So growing up, as long as my schoolwork was done, I could bake to my heart's content, but a hobby is just that, a hobby. So I went about my so-called teenage life and tucked away baking and caking as I prepared to graduate from high school and finally move out of state. I had fully forgotten about that portion of myself, but the universe said, psych! I did my time living at Brant and moved into my first apartment sophomore year, which quickly began the tradition of weekly Sunday dinners with friends and lots of late night cake baking. I would finish my schoolwork and bake cakes from 4 to 8 a.m., then go to sociology class and start all over again. Food has always been a major love language for me. Food is more than delicious. It is community, it is fellowship, and it is all things nostalgic and happy. All of that experimentation eventually led to me making money, making cake. and people started looking for me on campus to make them cakes or cupcakes for their birthdays or for their probates. And I realized how excited that made me. Way more excited than school. Way more excited than the law school life I had so properly planned for my parents. By junior year, the passion and purpose I'd packed away without hesitation had been reignited. I tried my best to ignore it and couldn't. I was going through the motions of what was expected of me, graduating and following the timeline that my parents had laid out for me. My inner child was screaming to be let out. And I could no longer imagine a life where I wasn't feeding people. Woo, I did good, y'all. Hold on, the cries are coming. As happy as becoming a lawyer would make my parents, I knew it would be my undoing. One morning, I woke up and just realized I couldn't do it. So I stopped studying for the LSAT and started looking at culinary schools. I really wanted to craft a life that I wouldn't resent just for the sake of staying on the path that my parents desired. I felt my truth to my bones, and I had to honor it. So a few weeks before graduation, I let my parents know that law school was out and culinary school was in. You can imagine that went over like gangbusters. It was great. But I decided to advocate for my desires in life and what was truly important to me. And I implore that you too, in this commencement of the new chapter of your life, do the exact same. Napoleon Hill once said, "Cherish your visions and your dreams, as they are the children of your soul, the blueprints of your ultimate achievements." And now is the time to honor yourself and your truth to the fullest. Remember that you will spend most of your time in life with yourself. And in that sense, you know what's best for you, to your gut, to your core. And if you move in alignment with your intuition and believe in yourself, you'd be surprised how much you can get done. Write down what you want in life, say it loudly and proudly, often and confidently. Do the work to get there, and you'd be surprised where it will take you. 12 years ago, I decided to step into my truth and honor my inner child. 10 years ago, on this same weekend, I graduated in the top 5% of my culinary class, and soon thereafter began my culinary career. Thank you. I spent some years bouncing around restaurants in DC and Maryland, owning my craft, being spotlighted in Washington Post and Zagat, and not feeling honored by my employers. Working 60 hours or more a week, I toiled away in spaces that did not return the investment I'd made in them. And eventually, I had my aha moment in 2014 when my family and I went to the restaurant I worked to eat dinner, and I watched some little girls get into a fight over the ice cream I made. It took me to a space of being younger, the youngest of 7, and fighting with my sisters over the last popsicle or the last spoon of ice cream and the straight up temper tantrums that those would turn into. And I realized I wanted to be a part of the nostalgia for myself and for others for the rest of my life. I wanted to make ice cream, and I was gonna do it for myself and do it my way. Thankfully, my parents and my family were all completely behind me. And in 2015, Ruby Scoops went from an idea to a reality. And in time, it would take all of my love for this city, my Ram family, and Richmonders alike, and true belief in myself to return here, open my shop, and land me in front of you today. I moved back to Richmond 9 years to the day I moved away in 2011, 2 weeks before COVID lockdown, to work towards opening my first storefront. In November 2020, we opened Ruby Scoops on Brooklyn Park Boulevard with a line around the block. Last month, my little baby shop turned 2. And last year, as Dr. Rao shared, I became the inaugural winner of Food Network's Ben & Jerry's Clash of the Cones, where I was dubbed one of the best ice cream makers in the nation and the Ben & Jerry's Flavor Master. In addition, I used that prize money to help fund a second business, Susie Snow, named after my grandmother. That is the reason that we are even in this country. You see, sorry. The universe had put into motion what Richmond and I would mean to each other the moment my family and I pulled up to unload my stuff at Branton Roads. Whew. Much like it has for you, we have all come and left VCU with our hard work paying off for a reason. Some of you may know what your next step is for a fact, and others of you may not be sure at all. But I want to assure you that you are exactly where you are supposed to be in life, and the universe has figured out what's coming for you next, even if you're not fully aware. I implore you to relish in this moment of success and happiness and commencement, and not feel rushed or pressured to usher in the next era of your life, because it's coming whether you know it or not. You should be proud than yourselves, and I welcome you to the beginning of the rest of your life, class of 2022. Congratulations and go Rams! Thank you.
Rabia, in addition to making us really hungry, you shared a lot of great wisdom, and we thank you for that. So each year at VCU, we offer special recognition to people who enhance VCU and the quality of life of people in our communities. And today, we are actually going to award the Edward A. Wayne Medal to two people who have made outstanding contributions and provided exemplary service to VCU. This year's Edward Wayne Medal goes to Patty and Steve Worley. Rector Dendy, would you please do us the favor of escorting the Worleys up here to the podium? And I will ask Provost Soteropoulos if he will also go forward to the other podium.
Patty and Steve Worley, we are grateful that you are dedicated champions and tireless supporters of Virginia Commonwealth University. Your vision, investment, and remarkable contributions to higher education embodies the university's core values. Your decades of tremendous support have made a deep impression on our students, faculty, and the entire VCU community. President Rao.
Patty and Steve, in recognition of your generosity and all of your many contributions of service to VCU and to our communities, including to the lives of so many children whose lives you've touched positively, by the authority vested in me by the Board of Visitors of Virginia Commonwealth University, I hereby present to each of you the Edward A. Wayne Medal. And our next presentation is of the Presidential Medallion. And this is an award that honors the outstanding contributions made by members of the university community. And this year's Presidential Medallion goes to Dick Bunce. I ask Rector Dendy if he will also kindly escort Dick right here to the front. And I will ask Provost Soteropoulos if he will also come forward.
Richard Bunce, your dedication to safety, efficacy, and productivity for over 20 years has left an enduring impact on the university. We are honored to celebrate your accomplished career and devoted leadership at VCU. President Rao.
Dick Bunce, in recognition of your lifelong achievement by the authority vested in me by the Board of Visitors of Virginia Commonwealth University, I hereby present to you the Presidential Medallion. Congratulations, Dick. And now we move forward and we will present our degree candidates. So I will ask, yes, the moment you've really been waiting for. Graduate School Interim Dean Manu Gupta will come forward and he will present our candidates for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. Manu.
Will the candidates for degree of Doctorate of Philosophy in all discipline please rise? Mr. President, as Interim Dean of the Graduate School, it gives me great pleasure to present these students who have fulfilled all requirements and are recommended by the faculty.
And by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Commonwealth of Virginia, the Board of Visitors, and upon the recommendation of each of your faculties, I am pleased to confer upon each of you the degree Doctor of Philosophy. And now, we will proceed with the hooding of our PhD graduates. Dean Gupta.
The candidates' major advisors will join me in hooding the PhD graduates. The President will be joined by Rector Dendy in congratulating the graduates.
Doctor of Philosophy in Biomedical Engineering, Surgeon Lasaya, with his advisor, Dean Krasinski. Doctor of Philosophy of Chemical and Life Science Engineering, Rebecca Walker, with her advisor, James Ferry. Doctor of Philosophy in Chemical and Life Science Engineering, Yuma Maya, with Thomas Roper. Doctor of Philosophy in Mechanical and Nuclear Engineering, Santiago Vargas Geraldo, with Carlos Castaño. Doctor of Philosophy in Mechanical and Nuclear Engineering, Connor Howe, with Worth Longest. Doctor of Philosophy in Chemistry, Samantha Gargaro, with Joshua Sieber. Doctor of Philosophy in Chemistry, Zachary Christensen, with Dr. Sammy Elshal. Doctor of Philosophy in Chemistry, Clinton McFeely, with Matthew Hartman. And also with Dr. Hartman, Harlinson Osario Franco, Harlinson Esteban Osario Franco. Doctor of Philosophy and Psychology, Dion Brown, with his advisor, Fantasy Lozada. Doctor of Philosophy and Psychology, Chelsea Dunn, with her advisor, Christina Hood. Doctor of Philosophy in Clinical and Translational Sciences, Saranya Chidan Baranadan Regapathy with Devanan Sarkar. Doctor of Philosophy in Clinical and Translational Sciences, Urshula Osinska Warnke with Dr. Ahmad Dimaj. Doctor of Philosophy in Education, Fatima Kawuji, Fatima Kawuji with Ryan Patton. Doctor of Philosophy in Education, Allison Dosick with Elizabeth Edmondson. Doctor of Philosophy in Biostatistics, Ruben Retnam with Dibankar Bandarapathy. Doctor of Philosophy in Biostatistics, Salam Rustam with Robert Pereira. Doctor of Philosophy in Epidemiology, Zhang Huang Li with Derek Chapman. Doctor of Philosophy in Healthcare Policy and Research, Aaron Britton with Peter Cunningham. Also with Dr. Cunningham, Shiva Salahiyan. Doctor of Philosophy in Neuroscience, Gladys Shaw with her advisor, Gretchen Nye. Doctor of Philosophy in Pharmacology and Toxicology, Lois Shirtami Akanola with her advisor, Imad Damaj. Doctor of Philosophy in Social and Behavioral Sciences, Hannah Ming with her Dina Garcia. Doctor of Philosophy of Nursing, Hannah Marie Anderson Hughes with her advisor, Jolyn Robbins. Doctor of Philosophy in Nursing, Catherine Conrad, Catherine Michelle Laska Conrad with Nancy Jallo. Also with Dr. Jallo, Rebecca Mars Gould. Doctor of Philosophy in Pharmaceutical Sciences, Julia Hottinger, with her advisor, or accompanied by Aaron Lichman. Doctor of Philosophy in Pharmaceutical Sciences, Yuan Zhao, with also Dr. Lichman. Doctor of Philosophy in Pharmaceutical Sciences, Vasco Pontina, with David Holford. I tried. Doctor of Philosophy in Pharmaceutical Sciences, Mohammed Al-Magrum, with Martin Sappho. Doctor of Philosophy in Pharmaceutical Sciences, John Chittum, with Umesh Desai. Doctor of Philosophy in Integrative Life Sciences, Constance Bolta, with Andrew Eckert. Doctor of Philosophy in Integrative Life Sciences, Felicia Walls, with Daniel McGarvey. Doctor of Philosophy in Public Policy and Administration, Sing Zhao, with Dr. It says Elise, Elsie Harper Anderson.
And congratulations to our PhD graduates, our newest doctors. I was asked the question recently about why do they get to come across the stage and shake everyone's hand, but not the rest of us? When you get your doctorate, we're going to do that for you too. PhD doctors, please. Thank you. And now I will ask Interim Dean Gupta if he will kindly present our candidates for their master's degrees and post-baccalaureate certificates in all of our disciplines. Manu.
Will the master's degree candidates for all majors in the following schools and offices please rise and be recognized in person? College of Engineering, College of Health Professionals, College of Humanities and Sciences, College of Arts, School of Business, School of Dentistry, School of Education, L. Douglas Wilder School of Government and Public Affairs, School of Medicine, School of Nursing, School of Pharmacy, School of Social Work, VCU Life Sciences, VCU Da Vinci Center, VCU Office of Research. Will the candidates for all post-baccalaureate graduate certificates and post-master's certificates in all disciplines please rise? Mr. President, as Interim Dean of the Graduate School, it gives me pleasure to present these students who have fulfilled all requirements and recommended by the graduate faculty.
And by virtue of the authority vested in me by the state, the Commonwealth of Virginia, the Board of Visitors of Virginia Commonwealth University, and of course, upon the recommendation of each of your faculties, I am very pleased to confer upon each of you your master's degrees and certificates. Congratulations. Thank you. Congratulations. And now I will ask Dean of the College of Health Professions, Susan Parrish, to come forward and present our candidates. You may be seated. Thank you. For the degree Doctor of Nurse Anesthesia Practice.
Thank you, President Rao. The candidates for the degree of Doctor of Nurse Anesthesia Practice are already risen. And President Rao, as Dean of the College of Health Professions, it is my true privilege to present these students who fulfilled all of the grueling requirements and are recommended by my exceptional faculty colleagues.
Thank you. And by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Commonwealth of Virginia and the Board of Visitors, upon the recommendation of the Nurse Anesthesia Practice faculty, I am very pleased to confer upon each one of you the degree Doctor of Nurse Anesthesia Practice.
Woo!
Congratulations. And now, at this time, I will ask our VCU Honors College Dean, Scott Bruninger, if he will come forward. First, acknowledge students who are graduating today with Latin and University Honors. Scott.
Thank you. In accordance with university tradition, those bachelor degree holders who have done exceptionally well academically and have completed a minimum of 45 credits at VCU are recognized with Latin honors. All students with a grade point average between 3.3 and 3.59 on a scale up to 4.0 are graduating cum laude, which signifies graduation with academic distinction. Will these students please rise? Yes. Fantastic. Don't know what that was, but will all students with a grade point average between 3.6 and 3.89 who are graduating magna cum laude, which signifies a graduation with high academic distinction, will you please rise? And all students with a grade point average of 3.9 or higher will be graduating summa cum laude, which signifies graduation with the highest academic distinction. Will you please rise? Thank you, and congratulations to you all. I would also like to recognize all bachelor degree candidates who, in addition to earning Latin honors, have completed the rigorous requirements of Virginia Commonwealth University's Honors College and will graduate today with university honors. Will you please stand? Congratulations on your exceptional achievement.
Okay, now, the time you've really been waiting for, our baccalaureate degrees and certificates. So let's start this by asking College of Engineering Interim Dean Tepper to please come forward.
Will the candidates for all bachelor's degrees, baccalaureate certificates, and post-baccalaureate undergraduate certificates in the College of Engineering please rise? Mr. President, as Interim Dean of the College of Engineering, it gives me pleasure to present these students who have fulfilled all requirements and have been recommended by the faculty.
And by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Commonwealth of Virginia, the Board of Visitors of VCU, and upon the recommendation of your faculty in engineering, I am pleased to confer upon each one of you your baccalaureate degrees and certificates. Congratulations. And now I'll ask College of Health Professions Dean Susan Parrish if she'll come back again and present additional candidates.
All right. Well, the candidates for all bachelor's degrees in the College of Health Professions, please rise. We may be small, but we are mighty. President Rao, as Dean of the College of Health Professions, I'm delighted to present these students who have fulfilled all requirements and are recommended by my extraordinary faculty colleagues.
And by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Commonwealth of Virginia, the Board of Visitors of VCU, and upon the recommendation of your faculty, I am pleased to confer upon the two of you and the other many who did not come today your baccalaureate degrees. Congratulations. And now I'll ask College of Humanities and Sciences Interim Dean Catherine Ingracia to please come forward and present additional candidates for their baccalaureate degrees.
Will the candidates for all bachelor's degrees, baccalaureate certificates, and post-baccalaureate undergraduate certificates in the College of Humanities and Sciences please rise? Yeah. President Rao, as Interim Dean of the College of Humanities and Sciences, it gives me great pleasure to present these students who have fulfilled all the requirements and are recommended by the faculty.
And by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Commonwealth of Virginia, the Board of Visitors, and upon the recommendation of your faculties throughout Humanities and Sciences, I am pleased to confer upon each one of you your baccalaureate degrees. Congratulations. And now I will ask School of the Arts Dean Carmenita Higginbotham to please come forward and present additional candidates for graduation.
Will the candidates for all bachelor's degrees and baccalaureate certificates in the School of the Arts please rise? Mr. President, as Dean of the School of the Arts, it gives me great pleasure to present these students, creators, scholars, performers, and designers who have fulfilled all requirements and are recommended by the faculty.
And by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Commonwealth of Virginia, the Board of Visitors, upon the recommendation of your faculty in the School of the Arts, I am pleased to confer upon each one of you your baccalaureate degrees and certificates. Thank you. Congratulations. And now I will ask School of Business Dean Naomi Boyd to please come forward and present our business candidates for their graduation.
Will the candidates for all bachelor's degrees, baccalaureate certificates, and both post-baccalaureate undergraduate certificates in the School of Business please rise? Mr. President, as Dean of the School of Business, it gives me great pleasure to present these students who have fulfilled all requirements and are recommended by the faculty.
And by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Commonwealth of Virginia and the Board of Visitors, upon the recommendation of your faculty in the School of Business, I am pleased to confer upon each one of you your baccalaureate degrees and certificates. Congratulations. And now I'll ask School of Education Dean Andrew Dare if he'll kindly come forward and present our education graduates.
Will the candidates for all bachelor's degrees and baccalaureate certificates in the School of Education please rise? Mr. President, as Dean of the School of Education, it gives me great pleasure to present this candidate and others who might be recovering at home or at the Waffle House, those students who have fulfilled all requirements and are recommended by the faculty.
Thank you, and by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Commonwealth of Virginia, the Board of Visitors, and upon the recommendation of your faculty in education, I am pleased to confer upon each of you and those who are out there busy educating others your baccalaureate degrees and certificates. Congratulations to all of you. And now I will ask the L. Douglas Wilder School of Government and Public Affairs Dean, Susan Gooden, if she will kindly come forward and present candidates for their graduation.
Will the candidates for all bachelor's degrees in the nationally ranked L. Douglas Wilder School of Government and Public Affairs please rise? Mr. President, as Dean of the L. Douglas Wilder School of Government and Public Affairs, it gives me tremendous pleasure to present these students who have fulfilled all academic requirements and are recommended by our outstanding faculty.
And by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Commonwealth of Virginia and the Board of Visitors, upon the recommendation of your faculty, I am pleased to confer upon each one of you your baccalaureate degrees. Congratulations. And now I ask School of Nursing Dean Jean Giddens, if she will, she is good, but Jean Giddens, if she will come forward to the podium as well.
Good morning. Will all candidates for the bachelor's degree in the School of Nursing please rise? Mr. President, as Dean of the School of Nursing, it gives me pleasure to present these students who have fulfilled all requirements and are recommended by the faculty.
And by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Commonwealth of Virginia, the Board of Visitors, upon the recommendation of our nursing faculty, I am pleased to confer upon each one of you your baccalaureate degrees. Congratulations. And at this time, I will now ask University College Dean Constance Relihan to come forward and present candidates for their graduation.
Will the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Interdisciplinary Studies in University College please rise? Mr. President, as Dean of University College, it gives me great pleasure to present these unconventional students who have fulfilled all requirements and are recommended by their faculty.
And by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Commonwealth of Virginia, the Board of Visitors, upon the recommendation of your faculty, I am pleased to confer upon each one of you the degree Bachelor of Interdisciplinary Studies. Congratulations. And now I will ask Life Sciences Vice Provost Rob Tomes to come forward and kindly present additional candidates.
Thank you, President Rao. Will the candidates for all bachelor's degrees in life sciences please rise? Mr. President, as Vice Provost for Life Sciences, it gives me great pleasure to present these students who have fulfilled all requirements and are recommended by their faculty.
And by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Commonwealth of Virginia and the Board of Visitors, upon the recommendation of your faculty, I am pleased to confer upon each one of you your baccalaureate degrees and certificates. Congratulations. At this point, I would like to take a moment to invite Michelle Peace, who is the chair of our VCU Alumni Council. I'll ask her to come forward and share some inspiring remarks.
Thank you, President Rao. Congratulations, my Ramily. I'm going to ask you to humor me for one simple modern joy. The first large selfie of the people I'm about to tap to help me lead VCU alumni into their future. So please pause. Thank you for that. I will be studying that picture because I am very serious about the fact that as the first chair of the new VCU Alumni Council, we really need your help. We need your passion. We need your vision. We need every experience that you had here to carry forward to our future students, to continue to inspire and bring joy and help them find their paths. So I do come to you as a first-generation college student who finished, thank you, you know, who finished my PhD out of the School of Medicine, the Department of Pathology. I come to you as your faculty. I come to you as a colleague, as your champion, as a friend. I know you and I see you. Commencement celebrates the completion of a time filled with things that cast bright lights into your futures. Those things are made of a lot of late nights, maybe some questionably smelling food, roommates with strange habits, laughing with friends, and work. A lot of hard work. Work that shaped and reshaped you. It challenged you, scared you, inspired you, enraged you, broke you, and motivated you. Your work has been our work. Your lives have been touched by strangers. Some have shown you a path, some guided you down a path, some of them cheered as you ran down that path. Some strangers became entrusted and close friends. Some remained acquaintances. Some remained your teachers and mentors. They all helped you find meaning in the work on your path. Your path is our path. The day of commencement has always been an extraordinary day. But today, for you, it marks a different kind of extraordinary, a new extraordinary, one that's been challenged and you have adapted and thrived under exceptional circumstances because you have been resilient and tenacious. You found new ways to thrive. Your thriving is our thriving. I encourage you to be that stranger to a student, to encourage and champion and show them a path. I encourage you to reach out to your teachers and your mentors so we can celebrate your accomplishments with you. Be a resource, be a talent, a trusted friend, a challenger in this community. Encourage us to be more, encourage us to be better. Show others how to thrive in extraordinary circumstances because you were, you are, and you most certainly did. In the end, we work together on a path so that our community thrives. Thriving is a human element. It takes work and strangers working together, working in brokenness, and through challenges, inspired and motivated, trusting that we find meaning and hope and a bright future in a community thriving. Your community is our community. Today, I welcome you into your future as an alum of Virginia Commonwealth University. You join the ranks of more than 217,000 alumni of Virginia Commonwealth University. Think of that power in our community. Your future is our future, and because of you, our future is bright. Only a few years ago, we welcomed you to campus by saying, "Welcome to the Ramily." As a colleague, as a resource, as a champion, as your friend, I now say, congratulations, my Ramily. I look forward to working with you for our brighter future. once again, congratulations on this truly extraordinary day. President Rao.
Before we move to the final portion of the ceremony today, there are some very important people who have supported our graduates through the years and have made this day possible, and we must acknowledge them. Would the parents of our graduates please rise and be recognized? Let's hear it for the parents of our graduates. Would the spouses, partners, and significant others of our graduates please rise and be recognized? Would the children of our graduates please rise and be recognized? And would all the other relatives and friends who supported our graduates please rise to be recognized? Thank you. And now to recognize and present our graduates, it's my distinct honor to introduce again President Rao.
Get comfortable, there's only a half hour left. The truth is, we are now coming to the end of our ceremony. However, it's officially my pleasure to welcome you as our newest alumni, and there's this wonderful tradition that I want you to do with me, and that is to take the tassels on your mortarboards and move them from the right side of your mortarboards to the left. So do that now, and congratulations to the class of VCU's 2022! This now brings our ceremony to a close, and we ask that you kindly allow the platform party to exit. Graduates then will follow in a recessional. Thank you and congratulations!